Drifting is a sideways evolution from traditional motorsports. Each driver competes for points given out by a select panel of judges. The three major scoring criteria are line, angle and style. Together they form a score out of 100. Line is a racing line marked out by clipping points. Drivers need to consistently hit these areas to score maximum points. Angle is how much rear slip angle a car produces. Competitors need to engage as much opposite steering lock as possible to receive a higher score. Style is a combination of driving technique, showmanship, brake application, throttle control and overall driver ability. Teams and drivers have 2 laps in qualifying to start the competition. The top qualifiers move through into a seeded battle tree, battling through each bracket until the top 4 drivers compete for the final podium. A drift battle requires each driver to take turns leading and chasing. The lead driver's objective is to match or better their performance in qualifying. The chase car's objective is to get as close as possible to the rear quarter of the leading car, using it as a mobile clipping point. The judges' lineup for the 2019 season features a wealth of experience as Brendan Dunker returns as line judge. More than 15 years in the sport, a D1NZ veteran and series technical advisor with 35 points up for grabs. Dan Mackey is back again, based out of Sydney with the High-Tech Drift Australia Series, another driver with more than 15 years experience. He's been a drift judge since 2013, as well as joining the lineup for the annual International Drift Challenge as part of World Time Attack. Our third and final judge for the weekend is D1NZ veteran Nick T-Boone, rejoining the lineup, filling in for Zach Pohl, who's just welcomed a newborn son to the family. Nick brings more than 15 years experience in the sport behind the wheel of a Toyota AE86. Well, round 5 brings us to friendly fielding in the Manawatu, the historic Manfeild circuit. Chris Amon playing host to the 2019 Mimico Grand Final. Round 4 at Pukekohe brought the speed, but that continues this weekend as New Zealand's best drivers tackle the fast-flowing camber at Manfeild, and it is the first and only rolling start of the season. Into turn 1, it's a fast 4th gear entry with the judges looking for cars to be positioned on the left-hand side of the track. A full power smooth arc onto a right-hand side clipping zone. This is where the front and rear of the car need to be during the transition before pushing through to an inside clip on the left-hand side. From here it is a full power, wide flowing line, switching onto a brand new outside clipping zone on the left hand side of the track. Drivers need to bring an aggressive switch across to an outside clip at the hairpin before diving down off the camber onto the final inside clip on the left hand side, finishing the section with a smooth mid to high line. And that is the final track rundown of the 2019 season, the D1NZ New Zealand Drifting Championship. Who will be the next Drift King? Champions will be crowned here this weekend. It's the grand final, brought to you by Mimico Industrial Machinery.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Manfeild Circuit. Chris Amon here in the mighty Manawatu. Round 5 of the grand final of the D1NZ. Round 5 and the grand final of the D1NZ National Drifting Championship Series. Of course, brought to you by Mimico. Well, there they are. Those are your pro sport drivers. Hi, I'm Steve Daniel, part of your commentary team. If you're joining us via Facebook, a big warm welcome to you. Hope you're tucked up somewhere warm, enjoying or about to enjoy some drifting action from one of the greatest drifting series in the world, the D1NZ. So we're about to see our first drivers take the line. You can see it looks like it's Atlan Norman who will be the first one up for us today, followed by, I think it's Sean Potros and Adam Whitehead. Talking about that, it might be time to scrub our first car, and here it is. It's the Precision Roofing S15 of Atlan Norman. Out of Auckland, the North Island of New Zealand, running an LS-powered V8, producing just under 500 horsepower. Well, he is off on his way down to the first turn here at Manfeild. It's qualifying time. We'll talk through some of the lines that they want to see. So the first cars will go through, taking a wide line. We'll see a difference in battle tomorrow, but sets himself up nicely. Atlan Norman. So it's an inside clip here. Needs to drag that rear of the car out, coming through another inside clip, and then at this point here we'll see these cars start to venture closer to that sort of camera area. It's filling out an outside zone, heading back up, and it's quite a difficult position to... So what Atlan needed to do was hit that inside clip coming through the hairpin here at Manfeild, and then basically a big rolling skid to finish it off. Palmy, one of the windiest areas of New Zealand. Everyone thinks it's Wellington. There's actually a natural wind tunnel, I think you'd probably refer to it, just up on the mountains towards where Sean Potros is heading to now in the Choice Events S14. So that is a big speed. Is he? Okay, no, he does. So we see the car start to accelerate, and Sean Potros makes his way out to... So hits the inside clip, just off the outside clip. That's an inner clip as well. And then there's something flapping off the left-hand side of that car. What is that on the top left-hand side? It's like he's gone to the petrol station, left the pump in there. He's happy with his run, though. Thumbs up through the window. That's the Choice Event 719, which is Adam Whitehead. We've seen him actually go through and pick up some... So here we go. Position number 1 for Sean Potros, 59-point run in his first pass. So Black Lion, of course, the sponsors of the live stream here with the D1NZ, also sponsoring the A31 Safari of Adam Whitehead. Whitehead certainly enjoying his drifting, killing it daily on the side of that Safari. So he's been given the thumbs up and will make his way down the front straight here at Manfeild, heading off towards that Toyota zone. Well, let's see what Adam Whitehead can do as he ventures through into the... Backs it right in. Looks like he's slightly off his clip. Can't quite see it from the angle we're viewing from. Certainly see the flames coming up through the bonnet. Big dirt turbo. Chucks a wheel off, right rear tyre off, points deduction. I don't think that it was 2 wheels off. I guess we'll see it in the replay. Let's see what Adam Whitehead could do. 17 in line, angle with 15, style 12. Oh, getting beaten up by that style judge. 3rd position. So down in the first turn we go. Eddie Heyman, his first run. The grand final of the Pro Sport Championship. Pro Sport brought to us by Turbosmart. So fires it through into the right-hander here. It's a big switch. Eddie backs it in. Dirt turbo twice. Peels off the side skirt. Keep it on the track. And comes through to finish. So there's going to be a deduction there for poor old Eddie Heyman. Manfield's certainly one of my favourite tracks. So line 11, angle was 7, style with 12, current position 4th with 30 points for Eddie Heyman. So Taylor James winds it up, kicks it into life. Certainly smooth to start. Aggressive switch. Taylor James, his first run in the Turbosmart Pro Sport Round 5, the grand final. That certainly looked like a cleaner run than what we've seen so far in the Pro Sport qualifying here for Round 5. Seeing his, so as I thought, it was a good run. All right, line 21.5, angle 24, style 25.5, 71 points for first position. Taylor James. Well, one car that was meant to be out was Jordan Joyce. I haven't quite seen him, so we'll find out if we can get some information on Jordan Joyce's car as we look at Alex Griffin coming through in the Rat King S15. Big Barra, 800 plus horsepower Barra 6. Quite an aggressive driver is our Stocky. Likes to really throw that car around. Nice way to set up. He's definitely hit that clip as he comes through to finish in the Rat King S15. So Charlie Bound Walsh will be the next driver out of the Naki, running the Nissan Silvia S13.5, running 1.5 JZ. So we'll come back to you with that result for that. So a wide start for Charlie Bound Walsh. Charlie Bound Walsh coming through to finish off his lap. He was happy with that one there. Didn't look like the nicest start to that lap. So Charlie Bound Walsh, 5th position, 14, 15 and 19. That's line, angle and style. His first run, 48 points for 5th place. Adam Camplin will be the next driver to hit the track in the Pronto Automotive FC RX-7. Camplin, another man having his first full season in the D1NZ, running a JZ power plant, producing just over 500 horsepower. His first run. Nice clean run for Adam Camplin. Darren Kelly, how are you, mate?
Oh, doing well.
You're doing well?
Good to be back at Manfeild.
Adam Camplin, 7th position, current. Manfeild, that's a track I've always quite enjoyed.
Yeah, it's an awesome track. It's got a nice fast entry, lot of throttle switch. As you switch off turn 1 into turn 2, it's like all throttle. They've changed the line a little bit, as you'll see here with Michael Thorley coming in, nice and wide entry.
So nice and wide. Now he needs to really bring that nose down, and he's certainly been taking a lot of time to talk to the judges, spot her up in the tower, ensuring that he's absolutely doing what he needs to do to basically go through and try and claim his championship.
Yeah, so obviously fighting for a Pro Sport Championship. He's done amazingly well all season. He's been
I think he's gone has he gone 4 in a row, number 1 spots? It was something huge. He's
had a lot of P1s for qualifying, so yeah. See if he's able to do it again. He's got some wins. He's had some wins here before at Manfeild, and he's, I believe he won Battle of the Rookies last year.
Yeah, great. A great driver. This year has just been his year.
Yeah, doing really well, and it's hasn't been easy. There's a lot of guys challenging him for that. Kurt Blackie,
Taylor James, and the new guys. We've had Jordan Joyce, and I've just been told that Jordan Joyce. So we haven't seen him yet, and I've just found out that it appears that the motor is gone.
In Jordan's car?
Yeah, was that a 2J?
I'm not sure.
I think it's an RB.
It's an RB.
I'll have to check. It's a 25 dead. Great motors. All right, 2nd position for Thorley, so 69.5. A couple of points off Taylor James. Those two both trying to battle out for a championship. This is the man sitting in 3rd place. Only half a point, between Taylor James and Michael Thorley, but the KVNZ Cooper Tyres Mount Maunganui R32 Skyline. This man here, I believe, he wants to make the trip to Pro next year. We'll see how he's going to go in the final round.
Yeah, that'll be cool to see. He's another guy that's done really well this year. He's obviously repping the R32. That's awesome
Just
chassis.
The Skyline. Skylines are cool.
Yeah. And it'll be cool to see. I'm not sure what his plans are for which vehicle he'll take to the Pro Championship, but it'll be pretty cool to see an R32.
It would be cool. Right at that point there, was he running a lot of left foot brake? Because it looked like the car sort of just... I'll have a look at it as he goes in the TTI replay. Again,
so it looks like he's good around here on the sweep. A little bit of understeer there by the looks of it, which caused him to miss that outside zone as he comes through here. He's sort of been pushed a little bit wide because he's dived in too early, gone out.
So coming through into this section here, though, he comes through and it almost looks like he's lost a huge amount of speed. So hard on the handbrake.
You can see he's switched a little bit too early and had to recorrect and then got a little bit of understeer again. I'm not sure if that might be an issue with setup. But, yeah, you could just see that happened a little bit on the sweeper. He managed to get that back under control, and then as it sort of put him off throughout the rest of the run.
So a 6th position for Kurt Blackie, so certainly in the top 10. Here's another one out there, which is Aaron Hyatt out of New Plymouth. That's driving Chad McKenzie's Nissan Silvia S14. 0.5, isn't it? I think that's right,
Yep.
Well, let's see what the Cactus vape machine can do. 2JZ power plant producing around 700 horsepower. Of course, we saw it in the Pro Championship the last round as well with the...
Nice entry there. He seemed to like he just didn't get the nose in enough onto that ripple strip, which made him come off that outside zone a little bit too early. He's got it back under control out to that outside zone, switching into the hairpin here, holding it together. Came in a little bit too early, as you can see, and now he's pushed out wide towards the exit.
So he's had to get quite aggressive when he flicked, or else he's potentially going to lose a little bit of that.
Commit to pushing the car wide, which is risky, because obviously you can fly off the end of the track or drop a wheel.
Absolutely. 3rd place, so 61 point price, not bad. This is supposed to be Russell Vere, and I think I've just heard that Russell Vere gone, which means that... Matthew Brown would also be gone as well. That car appears that the engine is let go. So Andrew Donoghue out in the HK upholsterers. Laurel, if you had to go old school, would you go for a Laurel or would you go for an R34 again?
Oh, yeah.
Just 35 and
hard call. I've had quite a range of the old Nissan chassis. Had a Laurel at one point. Had an R32, still got an R32 that we're building up at the moment. Got the R34 still sitting in the garage.
I know Kenny Ruddle was a huge fan of Laurel, and I love the sound of these. I mean, I know that it's got the V8 under the, I think there's a V8, isn't it? And under the bonnet of these ones here, but I just love that big limo look with that both, I think, Andrew Donoghue.
Windows.
Yeah, totally. And they just, like, the way that they swing left and right. And
yeah, you can definitely, they actually run, so similar size vehicle to an R chassis or to a 4-door Skyline.
Sure.
But they're totally different suspension setup. This runs like an S13 style setup.
Oh, really? Okay.
Whereas the R32 runs a J-arm style setup. So quite a bit different. You can run a lot. You can run all the same parts as an S13 or the Wisefab, all the same geometry as that.
So we're going back to the, I think that's going back to the start again. 2nd run time. Atlan Norman back out to set another score. So there's a few people that have dropped out, sadly. So Russell Vere is gone, as with Matthew Brown, because they were sharing the car. Jordan Joyce as well. So 3 drivers out. 10th position for Andy Donoghue. Line 15, 11, and style 12. That style judge has been marking everyone down. And I think you know him pretty well.
Yeah, well, you can do pretty
Style judgment everyone down. And I think you know him pretty well.
yeah, well, you can do pretty critical on the judges. The last round was pretty hard on some but that's good.
Yes, talk about putting 2 heads together. I remember that time it was in town where you guys put your cars together, and he got out. He was really grumpy. Remember that? 3rd place at Norman 6, 19.5, 23.23. So he's been marked well by the style by Mr. Armstrong.
Yeah, so that would come down to obviously a lot of done
And the no-hander. I mean, that's quite... I remember watching you. Look, you've been doing a little bit of playing around. Hang on, it's Sean Potros. First position, he's bumped it. Wow, 77 points. It was 70.5 before, so moved it up by 6.5 points. 27 in style. That judge is doing a great job. Angle 26.5, and the low judge was a line man, 23.5, and Brendan Dunker. First position for Sean Potros. So Adam Whitehead, he'll be the next in the black line A31 Safiro. I think I prefer Laurels to Safiros. Well, let's see what a Whitehead can do. This looks like a really hard zone to fill.
The new outside zone.
Yeah, the left-hander.
That's something that we've changed obviously for this round. Usually that's an inside flip that's that makes the distance between that inside flip and the last outside flip a very short distance, and it's quite tricky to keep the car on the track. It makes it a lot harder even than what it is right now to keep the car. They tend to be depth for that corner, and
we use the word fluidity, and I guess sometimes it's hard to actually get that. So get all the way back out there without sacrificing angle.
Yeah, so this corner you can really see how there's a lot of bank on that corner. You can really throw the car in, especially the pro cars. You'll notice running so much grip. You can really rely on the semi-slick tyres and the power and grip to maintain your angle and use that to slow the car down as opposed to handbraking or
certainly. So using that sort of side bite as such.
Yep.
Fifth place current position, Adam Whitehead, 19:23.5 and 23 second run. Certainly improvement by 20 plus points, 65.5. So great way to back up his first run for Adam Whitehead. Eddie Heyman, he put one wheel off 3 times in his first pass. He'll certainly be hoping for an improvement.
Yeah, I was talking to Eddie before, just after practice, and there was just a few small little areas where he was could have been pushing a little bit harder. Where like in that area, he sort of just doesn't get the back of the car out into that outside zone enough. But he said he was struggling a little bit with the diff ratio, as you can see there. It's just a little bit boggy as he comes off the sweeper, and that's sort of
the difference. So in tyre pressure, like a couple of PSI could be the difference between. For grip-wise, etc. Heyman, 10th place, 47.5 an improvement, but not enough to get him into that further up. 10th place, though, 15.5, 14 and 18. So when you're looking at tyre pressures, etc., I mean, I know that in other, changing 5 or 6 isn't actually going to make a big difference, PSI, but in this case here in drifting?
Yeah, so we basically work within areas of around 5 to 10 grand would be the maximum tyre pressure that we would adjust. So if there's anything outside of that, we would change things like the spring rate or the generators or the shocks or sway bars or something like that to allow for a more drastic change in setup.
Nice aggressive run. He posted a 70-point run in his first one, 70.5. I was holding on to first place, but I don't know if it's going to be... it looked like it probably, to me, is somewhere in that sort of 70 again. In that bracket there, I'm not sure if it was a 77 to move to that top step of qualifying. Well, I guess we'll find out with the judges. Depends what Cole thinks, really.
Yeah, you've got Cole to impress, and he's a hard man to impress when he's out there being a driver himself.
Talking about hard man to impress, you've had Zach Pole for yourselves. No Zach Pole this weekend, sadly.
Yeah, he's been awesome to have here in the series this year as a judge, and obviously he's been driving a bit lately, so it's been cool for him to get a driver's perspective of some of the tracks, and then it obviously helps him with the judging, and he can say, I've done it, you guys can do it. So
there we go, an improvement but not enough. As 73 points, he did well out of Cole again, 26.5, but second place Taylor James. So when we look at your car, certainly one of the more exotic cars in the D1NZ field, an R35 Skyline.
GDR.
I don't know, an R35. Well, I'll get beaten up for everything. So he's missed his outside clip, and you can see that he's certainly dialing on the angle though to try and get himself back up there. For Stockley's gone a little bit too far. Alex Griffin. Absolutely.
It's going to be pretty impressive, and as you know, like Mad Mike doesn't hold back on anything he builds. It's going to be something wild, and it'll be pretty cool to see at Goodwood Festival.
Absolutely. 7th place for Alex Griffin, 15:17.5 and 19:51.5, so not an improvement over his first run. So Charlie Bound Walsh, next car out on track, is 13.5, running a 1.5 JZ, making just over 500 horsepower. Talking about horsepower, what are we getting out of an R35 GTR?
Well, as you know, we run the RV in my car.
1,000?
It's not always about the most power you can make out of the vehicle. You sort of want to, it's all about balance. You've got balance of your tyre, we're restricted to the 265 tyre. You want to be able to create something that's got good power delivery that you can run. If you overpower the car, then you're obviously going to you're going to lose grip, you're going to lose forward traction and drive.
This has got lots of power because that's a Toyota TTI replay, of course, for Charlie Bound Walsh. Torque, that's
so
what
nice
we need,
nice and very nice run. Like it's nice and smooth through the midsection there, making very small adjustments. Had a little bobble there. I'm not sure. You'd have to see it from a different angle if that was completely straight, but it seemed he did have a little bit. Got caught out a little bit there as he came into the final corner. But apart from that, the rest of the run was pretty good.
Let's judge the judge in 19 this time for that Armstrong
So,
character.
yeah,
58.5, nice improvement, though, 7th place.
So he would have been penalised a little bit just for that little correction through the midsection. But obviously it wasn't a very big one, and the car didn't seem to snap straight where he had to reinitiate. So yeah, that's a good run.
So Sean Potter still leading the way, 77 points, as Adam Camplin will be the next out in the FC RX-7. Big correction, grabs that inside, drops the wheel off, coming 3 S's. Just love the sound of that scream coming out.
And he done a good job to pull the rest of the section together like that. So.
And then the job after that is to mungie the whole way down the straight.
Yeah.
Gets
all the way
off
back around to the
driver's briefing, you generally get told off for that. Stop munging the centre straight. So 9th position for Adam Camplin with a 53. Certainly a huge improvement over his first run. He only scored 36 points. Kyle Armstrong obviously feeling generous.
Yeah, well, the style isn't obviously affected by your line, and you've done a good job to recover having gone offline. So,
what did Cole say about what he was going to do for style?
Haven't talked too much about that. He sort of.
Did you say to him, look, Thorley used to crew for me, I need to give him a couple more points?
Nah, Thorley's doing all the work by himself.
I don't think Thorley doesn't need any more points. He's got enough as it is.
That was a very smooth run for Thorley.
Let's see if the judges have got a decision. We'll see what the points are. I'm thinking 80 and a half. I don't know why a half, just because that's what they always like to throw these half points in there.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. 89.5, line 28, huge an angle, 35, wow. And style 27.5, Michael Thorley, he wants to win a championship and he's doing it the best way he can, leading out qualifying. Man sitting in 3rd place, Kurt Blackie in the Cooper Tyres Mount Manawiki, the Cave NZ R32 Skyline. He's got a lot of work if he wants to go anywhere near that top step after what Michael Thorley just did.
He started off well, he's super wide, possibly too wide there.
Yeah, big correction, you can see it in the front wheel.
Yeah, just come off that outside zone, he didn't quite get out there. He's on midline there through the midsection though. Out to that outside bit. Oh, and he's...
Yeah, back it in.
Too far.
Oh, he's from... That's fine, that was no issue at all. No straight line, 100 points. He's from Tauranga. No, it's all right. We're going to talk about this out after you've gone. Hey, good luck for qualifying. Thank you very much, Darren Kelly, for joining us. 10th place for Kurt Blackie, 0 with 4 wheels off. Next time we'll get Hayley in as well. Hayley Kelly, she's the backbone of the Nissan team. Aaron Hyatt out for his 2nd run of Pro Sport qualifying. The Cactus vape machine firing it through. Wider start, hitting his clips. So it's an inside clip at this point here as he makes his way back up to the top of the track, left-hand side, trying to fill that zone. He's done a nice job to fill that zone. And set position, Aaron Hyatt, 19, 23.5 and 23.5. That's angle and style for 4th place. So it's going to give him a good battle position. Thorley, though, still leading the way with an 89.5 from Potros on a 77. Taylor James on a 73, Hyatt 66. Norman in there in the top 5 as well. Let's see what Andy Donoghue and the Team 33 Nissan Laurel running the 427 cubic inch LS7. Backs it right in through the left-hander, coming through the S's, sets himself up to try and fill out that outside zone, and then dives down into the hairpin here at Manfeild Circuit. Chris Amon doesn't quite hit the inside clip, but powers down the centre straight here, and that will be the end of Pro Sport qualifying. We'll bring the top 10. And here we go in 10th place, Adam Camplin with a 53. 9th position, Alex Griffin with a 56-point pass. 8th place, Charlie Bound Walsh with a 58.5. In 7th position, Andy Donoghue with a 60. In 6th place, Adam Whitehead with a 65.5. 65.5 as well for Atlan Norman. In 5th place, Aaron Hyde comes home in 4th position with a 66-point run. Moving up to Taylor James in 3rd place, Sean Potros with a 77. And leading the way, let's have a look at his lap with an 89.5. Michael Thorley takes away the top spot. What a drive by Michael Thorley in the NZ Laurel. Dan Mackey, you're joining me here. What do you think of this run? 89.5. I agree.
Yeah, hey Steve, I thought I'd just jump in. This was a killer run and it showed everything we were looking for. The angle there is absolutely all over it. And he's really scored quite highly on his line as well. He's been able to maintain that angle, drive it where he needs to be. Really snappy and good transition. So he ticked all of the boxes there and he deserved a good score like that. Kept it all on the track. Yeah, just a killer run from Mike.
I looked at it there, I thought it was probably going to like an 81 because you guys generally score low, but sorry. But I couldn't believe it. Hey, look, so I got this really cool hat. What do you think? It says, I love your RB.
How did you get that back?
No, you've stolen my other hat that says the same
I've
thing
got the
about
other hat.
One More Time.
Yeah. Well, apparently it's not my One More Time. You've picked out one of us.
Yeah.
But you won't tell us which one it is that you don't like, and so you're having a go at us. So, yeah, look, it's a good hat, mate. It's definitely your colour.
Well, Darren Kelly tells me that if he wins the championship, that he's going to do a burnout over this. So tomorrow afternoon, if he can go all the way, he's doing skids.
Yeah, well, I mean, when you love an RB as much as you do, you're going to be down there cheering him on.
Absolutely.
If he does happen to win.
One more time battles. Love it.
We'll get you a few of those.
We'll let you get back into position to judge the Pro Championship. We'll get over and have a quick chat to you. Time now for a quick ad break. We'll be back with you shortly with the Pro Championship.
Your wear head is always smooth.